On Google, the term "is Biden dead" trending with all of the doubles that he has running around, AI fakes, and now this. We have to wonder if Joe Biden is still alive. Let's check it out.
But it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me.
Okay, let's just go on old 11 Labs and see if that's really all they probably used for this. So, upload. There we go. And let's see what we got. Yeah, looks like they didn't even really try.
On the short clip that I just played for you, we see that the recording phone call that Biden supposedly did to Kamala is 98% most probably AI, but that doesn't surprise us. We've seen this. We see it over and over again where Biden has AI videos, deep fake videos, fake recordings, and there's a bunch of doubles of him walking around. So we have to wonder, is Joe Biden still alive? There's all kinds of weird evidence that this guy is not around. It's weird. I've mentioned this in other videos where Air Force One didn't come pick him up. The military doesn't honor him like they're supposed to. They've got specific rules and laws for ceremonies that they're supposed to adhere to for the president, for the commander-in-chief, and they don't do it for him. We've got AI recordings, AI deepfakes, doubles walking around, and there's more. That quick picture that you saw in that short, that's just one or two. There's a few more out there. I have to get the pictures of that. And now this guy has disappeared for a long time. And then there's some weird stuff about how he supposedly got out, stepped down as being nominated for president for the Democrats. And there's reporters saying that he has passed away. There's videos, pictures of his family all sitting around totally like he's gone. So I have been sent this video. This is one of my favorite guys, Decoy Voice. He is amazing. He gives us very good information while he also does it in a lighthearted way. So we're going to check him out right now.
President Joe Biden was last seen 5 days ago, having a harder time getting through 12 steps than an alcoholic. Then Hulk Hogan said this:
"Let Trumpomania run wild, brother! Let Trumpomania rule again!"
And Biden immediately quit his campaign for president, making way for her, the new leader of the Democrat Party. Although this literally looks like a scene from a sitcom or reality television, none of what I just showed you was a lie. And worse yet, future kids in elementary school will likely learn about how Trumpomania ended the presidential campaign of the so-called most popular president in history to make way for a talk show host's ex-girlfriend, or how a bullet hit Trump in the face but somehow ended up killing the other guy's career. As previously, Biden stated he may develop a disease and resign for Kamala.
I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
Then earlier this month, Biden, or whoever controls Biden's Twitter account, clearly stated he was going to stay in the presidential race. Then a couple weeks later, on a Sunday, he's releasing a letter announcing that he's dropping out, stating that he's going to focus on his presidential duties instead, but later this week, he'll say why he dropped out. Without an official letterhead, presidential seal, and an oddly unfamiliar signature that has many people questioning who exactly wrote and signed this letter. As a day after he dropped out, Biden's doctor, as in his physician, not this Dr. Biden, but his physician, stated that he's fine after receiving his 10th dose of Paxlovid, as apparently focusing on his presidential duties means doing absolutely nothing.
We were told that President Biden has no public events on his schedule for tomorrow, and then the rest of the week is just blank. They are trying to figure out what exactly to do with him.
As for an entire week, he has completely cleared his schedule. So when the Israeli Prime Minister arrives, neither Biden nor Harris are there to greet him. So he then requests a meeting with President Trump. And as Biden had not been seen in over 5 days, people were concerned as Harris was suddenly taken off to Delaware, reporting on a massive no-fly zone put up around the area. But it wasn't Kamala mourning the end of Biden's campaign, but celebrating the beginning of her own. And it's insane, but people searching "Is Biden alive?" is now skyrocketing past searches of how to donate to Harris. Now, I'm not saying there's this sudden mass media cover-up for Biden being gone. I'm saying they've been covering up for Biden being gone for over 4 years now, so nothing would surprise me. Because what most people are missing is that the corporate media only imploded after the debates, where the majority of Americans finally saw how badly Biden's brain has been for his entire presidency. And even though we've been talking about it for over 4 years, everybody else is just starting to realize how openly the media lies, all the way until it's too obvious to deny. So when Americans are concerned why nobody has seen him in nearly a week, he won't even show up on a video feed, just a strangely sounding Biden calling into Kamala's campaign.
And so I want to say hello to Kamala if she can hear me. I know she's going to be speaking shortly. And I want to say to the team, embrace her. She's the best. I want to call today to thank everybody in this effort. I've got 6 months left in my presidency. I'm determined to get as much done as I possibly can.
And when Kamala went on stage, she refers to her husband as if she's the current president. And then slips this out.
Joe, I know you're still on the call.
And I don't know about you, but it does sound like she was about to say, "I know you're still on the recording." Now, I know this doesn't confirm anything, but whenever Biden is speaking in complete coherent sentences, it's typically him reading off a script with his editors cutting it together after. So I'm more inclined to believe this was a recording than a genuine phone call. But then again, Kamala sounded somewhat sentient when she normally says things like this.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
So it's a sad day for America, but more specifically liberal voters, as apparently the Democrats define saving democracy as choosing your candidate for you. As in 2016 they wanted Bernie and got Hillary. In 2020 they wanted Bernie, possibly Tulsi, but then got Biden. And in 2024 they voted for Biden, but instead get the cackler-in-chief. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on what happens when celebrities find out that supporting Biden no longer protects them.
That was awesome. I love that guy. So, strange call, right? We've already seen that it's a 98%, probably 100% chance, let's just be honest, that call was AI. He's disappeared for a bunch of days. He didn't come to see Netanyahu when he came in. He was gone, disappeared, all kinds of weird stuff started happening. No-fly zone over, Andrews Air Force Base. He's disappeared. Some very reputable news sources have claimed that he has passed away. And I've seen at least a couple. And these sources have even gone so far as to say that they stand by this. They have gotten information that he has passed away. I mean, it looks that way, doesn't it? Everybody's wondering. Everybody's checking. We got a strange recording. It's shown to be AI. He's talking. He doesn't even pause when all the applause goes up. Kamala almost blows it because she's not very intelligent. She almost said recording. We've got all of the weird things about Air Force One. The military doesn't give him proper honors. I wonder if they even saw him as the president in the first place. And, he made another very good point, too. He said that he's unable to speak in public without babbling. And this recording went on for minutes, and no screw ups, no babbling, no usual babbling that he usually does. He goes on to talk about the signature. The signature looks forged. It's not on official presidential letterhead or stationery. There's no presidential seal. It's like this. It looks as if this guy has passed away, and these guys scrambled to suddenly call him a non-candidate and throw her in place. And it looks like what's happening now is they are trying to stall for time because think about this. When they got her, when they put her in, they put her in just because she was a black female. That's what Biden said. He said that. They just put her in. She was a DEI hire. I don't care if people get pissed off when I say that. Joe Biden himself said that he was hiring her. He was going to hire a black woman. He didn't say that, most highly qualified, and we see that she is not very intelligent. So we are, he hired her, and now there's a constant constitutional crisis. If he has passed away, the Democrats would be crapping on themselves because she may not be able to be president. If he's gone and she can't be president, then the presidency goes to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and he happens to be Republican. So it's very suspicious. It looks like they're covering up for him. Really, really weird. One more point that he made about the Democrats. Why the Democratic Party constantly dookies on them every chance it gets. They wanted Bernie Sanders. They screwed them out of that, got Hillary. The last election, they wanted Bernie or Gabbard. Again, they pulled some shenanigans where they had everybody up there, and Biden was the lowest polling of all of them. They all stepped down, and he took it over, and they just stopped the debates. He was going to be totally washed out, but they keep doing these maneuvers and pooping all over the Democratic Party, people that are in that party. So what we're dealing with here is we're dealing with a cult. We're dealing with a strange, weird situation where these people aren't even. This is supposed to be a democratic process, and yet they don't get to choose their candidates. They constantly get screwed over by the Democratic Party. It just happened again. Biden had all this money in his coffers, in his war chest. They just handed it over to her. They were supposed to give all that money back, but they don't want to because they know that the people aren't going to give the money back. They're going to hold on to it. They're not going to give it for Kamala. So that's the situation that we're in. We may be in a potential constitutional crisis, and we've already seen that they've been pulling doubles of Biden around for years. So there's nothing that's going to stop them from doing this now, especially now. I know this may sound crazy, but here at Ultra Top Secret, that's what we deal with. We deal with covert military and political operations. And what we're seeing here is AI voice calls, AI deepfakes, masked doubles running around. This is not that crazy. This reminds me of a James Bond movie. This is like a James Bond movie. This reminds me of the James Bond movie Live and Let Die, one of my favorite James Bond movies ever. It was Roger Moore's first James Bond movie, and it was a movie about a country in the Caribbean that was most likely Haiti, and they were selling drugs in Harlem in New York City. And the guy that was doing the dealing, the main dealer in Harlem, was a guy named Mr. Big, and then there was the president of the country that was obviously Haiti. And then we find out later that Mr. Big is the same guy. He's the Haitian president when he pulls this advanced very sophisticated mask off, we see that he's somebody else. There's many videos on the internet right now showing about how fake masks, and there's a bunch of CIA people that are putting videos out talking about how they were able to make these realistic masks. And we see over and over again, there's videos where you can kind of see the outline of the mask. I know at first it sounds crazy, but this is the type of stuff that we check into. The guy that wrote the James Bond movies, Ian Fleming, he wasn't just a writer, he was an intelligence agent. So a lot of the things that he talks about in his movies were real, what really happened. And we're going to discuss that in future episodes. A lot of the Ian Fleming movies that he did was about real events. And we see art imitating life, life imitating art in this situation here. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please share and subscribe, and we will see you on the next Ultra Top Secret.